Our planet, a blue oasis in space, holds the story of life. In a primordial ocean, a miracle occurred. Single-celled organisms emerged, the first whispers of life. They multiplied and diversified, adapting to their watery cradle. Harnessing the sun's energy, they released oxygen, paving the way for complex life. The tree of life branched out in countless directions. The stage was set for creatures to swim, crawl, and walk the earth. Evolution, the driving force behind the diversity of life, is a process of constant change and adaptation. It is not a linear progression, but rather a branching tree with countless dead ends. At the heart of evolution lies the concept of natural selection. Individuals vary in their traits, and those better suited to their environment survive and reproduce. Over generations, these advantages accumulate, leading to new species. The environment shapes the course of evolution. Changes in climate and resources drive adaptation. Organisms that adapt thrive, while others face extinction. Our journey begins in the oceans, where life first arose. Meet Tiktaalik, a creature bridging fish and amphibians, pivotal in evolutionary history. From these beginnings, amphibians were the first vertebrates to conquer land. Finally, we witness the rise of dinosaurs ruling Earth for millions of years. Evolution shows life's power to adapt, change, and overcome challenges. Our story begins over 3.5 billion years ago in the depths of a primeval ocean that stretched across the young Earth. Volcanic activity churned the waters, spewing forth chemicals from the planet's fiery core. Yet within this seemingly inhospitable environment, a miracle occurred. The first inhabitants were simple, single-celled organisms, primitive bacteria, and archaea. They released oxygen, transforming the Earth's atmosphere and setting the stage for a new era. The oceans, once dominated by microscopic organisms, were about to witness an explosion of life. Blueprints of complexity, from single cells to complex organisms. The transition from single-celled organisms to multicellular life was pivotal. This occurred through endosymbiosis, forming a mutually beneficial relationship. This union gave rise to eukaryotic cells with a nucleus and organelles. Over time, these cells diversified, forming colonies and specialized tissues. The oceans became a canvas for evolutionary experimentation. The emergence of multicellular life marked a turning point in Earth's history. The reign of invertebrates, architects of the underwater world. In ancient oceans, invertebrates emerged, lacking a backbone but with astonishing adaptations. Arthropods, including insects, spiders, and crustaceans, were among the earliest and most successful. With jointed legs and hard exoskeletons, they thrived in water and on land. Trilobites scuttled across the seabed, their bodies encased in armor plating. Giant sea scorpions over 8 feet long patrolled the depths. Mollusks developed hard shells, giving rise to clams, snails, and cephalopods. These invertebrates shaped marine ecosystems, becoming integral parts of the food chain. Their success paved the way for vertebrates, leading to the conquest of land, air, and eventually us. The rise of vertebrates, a backbone for success. About 500 million years ago, a new type of animal emerged in the oceans, one that possessed a revolutionary anatomical feature, a backbone. These were the first vertebrates, the ancestors of all fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, including ourselves. The backbone provided structural support, allowing for greater agility and more efficient movement. One of the earliest known vertebrates was Hycuichthys, a small jawless fish. Over time, vertebrates evolved jaws, paired fins, and a bony skeleton. These adaptations allowed them to become efficient predators and exploit a wider range of food sources. The earliest vertebrates, known as agnathans, were simple, eel-like creatures navigating ancient seas. These pioneers lacked the hinged jaws of their descendants. Ostracoderms, meaning shell-skinned, were fascinating armored fish. They were filter feeders, using gills to strain small organisms. Lampreys, surviving to this day, offer insights into early vertebrate evolution. These jawless pioneers laid the groundwork for the evolution of jawed vertebrates. The Devonian period, spanning from 419 to 359 million years ago, is often referred to as the Age of Fishes. The oceans witnessed an unprecedented diversification of fish, with new groups evolving and radiating into a dazzling array of forms. Among the most formidable predators were the placoderms, a group of armored fish. Dunkleosteus, one of the largest placoderms, could reach lengths of over 20 feet. Another successful group were the acanthodians, sometimes called spiny sharks. The cartilaginous fish, including sharks, skates, and rays, also made their debut. The Devonian period was a time of intense evolutionary innovation in the oceans. The evolution of jaws was pivotal, ushering in efficient predation and wider food sources. Jaws derived from gill arches allowed grasping, tearing, and crushing prey. Paired fins evolved from skin folds, providing stability and maneuverability. This was crucial for limb development in terrestrial vertebrates. Jaws and fins transformed vertebrates into efficient swimmers and predators. These adaptations laid the groundwork for the transition from water to land. The Devonian seas, while teeming with life, were also fraught with danger. Predation drove the evolution of remarkable defensive and offensive adaptations. Some fish, like placoderms, developed thick bony armor plating. Others, like early sharks, opted for agility and speed. Sharks with streamlined bodies and powerful tails were built for swift movement. Camouflage also played a crucial role in survival. Many fish developed coloration and patterns to blend in with their surroundings. As the Devonian period progressed, the Earth's environment underwent dramatic transformations, setting the stage for the transition of vertebrates from water to land. The continents were slowly colliding, forming vast supercontinents. These tectonic shifts had profound effects on life in the oceans. Shallow coastal waters became increasingly unstable. Sea levels fluctuated and land masses rose and fell. Oxygen-poor waters presented significant challenges to fish. However, challenges often breed opportunity in evolution. New ecological opportunities emerged for those who could adapt. The stage was set for a dramatic evolutionary leap to land. The transition from water to land was a monumental challenge requiring adaptations to breathe air and move across land. Fish in shallow, oxygen-poor waters gulped air, gaining an advantage. Lobe fins had fleshy, muscular fins resembling limbs of terrestrial vertebrates. They developed lungs, primitive air sacs connected to the gut. These early explorers marked the beginning of a remarkable evolutionary journey. In 2004, paleontologists discovered Tiktaalik rosei in the Canadian Arctic, a pivotal link between fish and terrestrial vertebrates. Tiktaalik, with its fish-like and tetrapod-like features, became an icon of evolution. It had gills and scales but also a mobile neck and weight-bearing fins. Its fins had bones resembling those of tetrapods, allowing greater movement. Dubbed a fishapod, Tiktaalik provides evidence of the evolutionary steps from fish to four-legged animals. The transition from water to land required a fundamental transformation in body structure, particularly in the limbs. The evolution of limbs from fins was a complex process, involving changes in bones and muscles. The sturdy fins of lobe-finned fish, like Tiktaalik, provided the raw material for limb evolution. Over time, these bones became stronger, supporting the body's weight on land. The development of digits was crucial, providing traction and grip on land. This transformation paved the way for the incredible diversity of tetrapods on land. The late Devonian period, around 375 million years ago, marked a turning point in Earth's history. Early tetrapods ventured onto land, facing a world both alien and full of opportunity. These pioneers, fish with legs, met a new frontier ripe for colonization. The transition was fraught with obstacles like gravity and desiccation, yet the land offered rich habitats and abundant food. This set the stage for the rise of tetrapods, destined to conquer the land. One of the most critical adaptations for life on land was the ability to breathe air efficiently. While some fish, like the lobe-finned ancestors of tetrapods, had developed primitive lungs, these early air sacs were inefficient compared to the lungs of later terrestrial vertebrates. The transition to air breathing required a number of anatomical and physiological changes. Lungs, originally simple sacs, became increasingly complex, with a greater surface area for gas exchange. The circulatory system also underwent modifications, developing a double-loop system that separated oxygenated blood from deoxygenated blood, improving the efficiency of oxygen delivery to the body's tissues. The rib cage, a skeletal structure absent in fish, evolved to protect the lungs and assist in breathing. Muscles attached to the ribs allowed early tetrapods to expand and contract their chest cavities, drawing air into the lungs and expelling carbon dioxide. This new mode of breathing, more efficient than simply gulping air at the surface, allowed tetrapods to spend longer periods on land, exploring new habitats and exploiting new food sources. The evolution of air breathing was a key innovation that paved the way for the success of tetrapods on land. It freed them from their dependence on water for respiration, allowing them to explore a wider range of habitats and diversify into the myriad forms we see today. Among the earliest known tetrapods were Acanthostega and Ichthyostega, both dating back to the late Devonian period, approximately 365 million years ago. These creatures, though still possessing fish-like characteristics, represent a pivotal step in the evolution of terrestrial vertebrates, showcasing a mosaic of features adapted for both aquatic and terrestrial life. Acanthostega, discovered in Greenland in 1987, possessed 4 limbs with digits, a defining characteristic of tetrapods. However, its limbs, while capable of supporting its weight on land, were poorly adapted for walking. Its limbs were short and paddle-like, with 8 digits on each hand and foot, suggesting that it spent more time in the water than on land, using its limbs for paddling and maneuvering through dense vegetation. Ichthyostega, discovered in Greenland in the 1930s, was a larger and more robust tetrapod than Acanthostega. It possessed stronger limbs with 7 digits on each foot, suggesting it was more capable of terrestrial locomotion. However, its limbs were still relatively short and splayed out to the sides, indicating a sprawling gait rather than the upright posture of later tetrapods. Both Acanthostega and Ichthyostega retained fish-like features, such as gills, tails with fin rays, and a lateral line system for detecting vibrations in water. These features, remnants of their aquatic ancestry, suggest that these early tetrapods were still closely tied to water, perhaps venturing onto land only for short periods or to escape predators. The evolution of the first tetrapods did not mark a clean break from water. These early pioneers, though capable of venturing onto land, were still closely tied to aquatic environments, particularly for reproduction. They gave rise to the amphibians, a group of vertebrates that, even today, exhibit this intimate connection with both water and land. Amphibians, a group that includes frogs, toads, salamanders, and caecilians, are characterized by their moist, permeable skin, which plays a crucial role in respiration and water regulation. Unlike reptiles, birds, and mammals, amphibians lack amniotic eggs, eggs with a protective shell and membranes that allow for development on land. Amphibian eggs must be laid in water or in moist environments to prevent desiccation. The larval stage of most amphibians, such as tadpoles and frogs, is entirely aquatic, relying on gills for respiration and developing limbs and lungs as they metamorphose into their adult forms. This dependence on water for reproduction has limited the range of habitats amphibians can occupy, confining them to moist environments near water sources. Despite this limitation, amphibians have diversified into a remarkable array of forms, occupying a wide range of ecological niches, from burrowing underground to climbing trees to gliding through the air. They play vital roles in their ecosystems, controlling insect populations, serving as prey for larger predators, and contributing to nutrient cycling. As amphibians flourished in the Carboniferous period, a new lineage of tetrapods was quietly evolving, one that would ultimately break free from the constraints of water and conquer the drier realms of the earth. These were the amniotes, a group that encompasses reptiles, birds, and mammals, all sharing a common ancestor that evolved a key innovation: the amniotic egg. The amniotic egg, a self-contained life support system, liberated these vertebrates from their dependence on water for reproduction, allowing them to colonize a wider range of habitats than their amphibian counterparts. The amniotic egg, with its tough protective shell and internal membranes, provided a safe haven for the developing embryo, preventing desiccation and providing nourishment and waste removal. This revolutionary adaptation marked a turning point in vertebrate evolution, ushering in the age of reptiles and paving the way for the diversification of terrestrial vertebrates. No longer tethered to water for reproduction, Amniotes were free to explore the drier uplands, venturing into deserts, mountains, and other habitats inaccessible to their amphibian kin. This newfound freedom triggered an explosion of evolutionary creativity as reptiles diversified into a dazzling array of forms, from the sleek predatory dinosaurs to the lumbering herbivorous sauropods to the flying reptiles that soared through the skies. The world was theirs for the taking, and they took it with gusto. The amniotic egg, a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering, is a marvel of biological complexity, a self-contained world that nurtures life within its protective embrace. Unlike the jelly-like eggs of amphibians, which must be laid in water or moist environments, amniotic eggs possess a tough, leathery, or calcareous shell that resists desiccation, allowing them to be laid on land without drying out. Within the shell lies a system of membranes, each with a specific function vital to the developing embryo. The amnion, a fluid-filled sac, surrounds and cushions the embryo, protecting it from shocks and providing a stable, watery environment. The chorion, a membrane that lines the inside of the shell, facilitates gas exchange, allowing oxygen to enter and carbon dioxide to exit. The allantois, another membrane, serves as a waste sac, storing the embryo's metabolic byproducts. It also plays a role in respiration, fusing with the chorion to form the chorioallantoic membrane, a highly vascularized structure that allows for efficient gas exchange. The yolk sac, connected to the embryo's gut, provides a rich source of nourishment, fueling its development. The amniotic egg, with its remarkable adaptations, freed reptiles and their descendants from the constraints of water for reproduction, unlocking the potential for these vertebrates to conquer the land. This innovation, a defining characteristic of amniotes, was a key factor in their evolutionary success, allowing them to diversify into the myriad forms we see today. Reptiles, the first fully terrestrial vertebrates, evolved a suite of adaptations that allowed them to thrive in a wide range of habitats, from arid deserts to lush rainforests. Their scaly skin, a hallmark of the reptilian lineage, provided protection from desiccation and abrasion, freeing them from the need to stay moist like their amphibian ancestors. Unlike amphibians, which rely on their skin for respiration, reptiles developed more efficient lungs, capable of extracting oxygen from the air more effectively. Their circulatory systems also underwent modifications, becoming more efficient at transporting oxygen to their tissues. These adaptations allowed reptiles to be more active and to inhabit a wider range of environments. Reptiles also evolved a variety of locomotor adaptations, from the sprawling gait of lizards and crocodiles to the upright posture of dinosaurs and birds. Their limbs, stronger and more efficiently positioned under their bodies than those of early tetrapods, allowed for greater speed and agility on land. Some reptiles, such as snakes, lost their limbs altogether, evolving a unique form of locomotion that allowed them to slither through dense vegetation or burrow underground. The evolution of reptiles was a testament to the power of natural selection to shape organisms for success in their environments. Their adaptations for water conservation, respiration, locomotion, and other physiological processes allowed them to conquer the land and diversify into the myriad forms we see today. The Permian period from 299 to 252 million years ago marked the beginning of the Mesozoic era, the age of reptiles. Reptiles diversified dramatically, becoming the dominant land animals. Synapsids, including Dimetrodon, evolved various forms. Diapsids led to archosaurs, ancestors of dinosaurs, crocodiles, and birds. The Permian ended with a massive extinction, but reptiles emerged resilient. The Mesozoic saw dinosaurs, birds, and mammals rise, all from early reptiles. The Mesozoic era, spanning from 252 to 66 million years ago, witnessed the rise and reign of the dinosaurs, a group of reptiles that evolved into a breathtaking array of forms dominating terrestrial ecosystems for over 180 million years. From the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex, with its bone-crushing jaws and thunderous footsteps, to the gentle, long-necked Brachiosaurus, browsing the treetops with its graceful, sweeping neck, dinosaurs captured the imagination and inspired awe. Dinosaurs, though often depicted as cold-blooded, slow-moving behemoths, were, in reality, a diverse and dynamic group. Many possessed features suggestive of warm-bloodedness, such as feathers for insulation and fast-growing bones indicating a higher metabolic rate than their cold-blooded reptilian kin. They evolved a variety of locomotor styles, from the bipedal gait of theropods, like Velociraptor, to the quadrupedal stance of sauropods and ceratopsians. Their success was due, in part, to their ability to adapt to a wide range of environments from lush rainforests to arid deserts. They evolved specialized teeth and jaws for different diets, from the sharp, serrated teeth of carnivores for tearing flesh to the flat, grinding teeth of herbivores for processing tough plant material. The reign of dinosaurs was a testament to the power of adaptation, diversification, and the relentless march of evolution. Their legacy, etched in stone and bone, continues to captivate our imaginations, reminding us of the incredible diversity of life that has graced our planet. As dinosaurs diversified and dominated the terrestrial realm, a remarkable transformation was taking place within their ranks. A lineage of small feathered dinosaurs, the theropods, were evolving the ability to fly, giving rise to the birds, the only surviving lineage of dinosaurs alive today. The evolution of flight in birds is a testament to the power of natural selection to shape existing structures for new functions. Feathers, originally evolving for insulation or display, gradually became aerodynamic structures, allowing for gliding and eventually powered flight. Bones became hollow and lightweight, reducing body mass and making flight more energetically feasible. The forelimbs, once used for grasping prey or supporting the body, transformed into wings, their structure and musculature adapted for generating lift and thrust. Birds also evolved a number of physiological adaptations for flight, including a highly efficient respiratory system and a rapid metabolism to fuel the energy demands of sustained flight. The evolution of birds from dinosaurs is one of the most compelling examples of macroevolution, showcasing the gradual transformation of one group of organisms into another. Birds, with their dazzling plumage, melodious songs, and mastery of the skies, are a living testament to the enduring legacy of the dinosaurs, a reminder that evolution is a continuous process, shaping life in unexpected and awe-inspiring ways. The journey from fish to fowl is a testament to the power of evolution, a saga of adaptation and diversification. From the first finned creatures navigating the primordial oceans to the birds soaring high above us, the story of vertebrate evolution is a tale of transformation. Evolution is not a linear progression, but rather a branching tree, a tapestry woven from countless threads of variation and selection. It is a process that continues to this day, shaping the future of life on Earth. Evolution is not just a story of the past, it's an ongoing process that shapes the world around us. Understanding this journey helps us appreciate the diversity of life on Earth and the interconnectedness of all living things. If you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the wonders of science and evolution. Thanks for watching.